and confident in overcoming those looks. As the game wore on, did your confidence grow?
Yes, sir. Our confidence definitely grew as a defense, and we just kept flying to the football and playing together. That way we were able to, take Boykin a little bit out of what he was used to do. He didn't get the deep balls that he was used to throwing, and we kind of dictated some of the shorter passes. That way we could swarm to the football.
Let's talk about you and the patience you've had to show right now. You're coming on. Obviously, sometimes an injury opens the door for others. What was your mindset going into the game last week?
First, I just want to give all the glory to God. He blessed me with an opportunity and the ability, and then that combination just allowed me to perform to the best of my abilities. And it I definitely want to say we appreciate everything that Jimmy Bean did for us this season, and I just want to honor him by stepping up into this spot.
Bean and Ugba really didn't give a whole lot of many of you guys a chance to make a climb up that depth chart. When they got in there, they were pretty much stuck. But at the same time, you had to keep working behind them. How difficult was that?
I wouldn't say difficult. I'd say it really helped me as a player. It was definitely, I was able to learn from them and watching them, see some of the moves they were using. That way when I get my opportunity in the game, then I can be able to just fit right in and keep that production high.
How much input did Bean have with some of you guys, encouraging you, getting out there, doing what you needed to do?
Oh, he was definitely a motivator. Yeah, it was a big motivator for us last week against CCU. We wanted to play for him, especially on the D line, and then just also as a coach, he helped me a little bit moving into that position, being able to know where my eyes should be on this play and how I need to take my steps on this next play. And so it was really a help to us.
Let's take a look at this game today against Iowa State. Again, I had a week of practice, and the overriding question always is, you're going to look past these guys. You had a lot of pats on the back all week and all that stuff. In my mind, you don't get to 9-0 by losing focus.
We can't lose focus at all, and we've seen what Iowa State can do. They're a different team at home. They definitely are, and you can ask the 2011 team about that, because we definitely can't overlook them. We just want to be undefeated, 1-0 at the end of this week. And that's how we look at each week that we go into. We just want to be undefeated that week.
Yeah, well, I think after the game, you get to celebrate that night, and then Sunday you start Iowa State, so yeah, it's a fast turnaround.
And then you guys talk about playing game to game, but how do you avoid maybe the quote-unquote trap game Saturday, and overlook Iowa State when you have Baylor and OU coming up?
We don't listen to any of that. Our goal is to be 10-0 after this week, and that's the thing.
And in practices, obviously in practice that's the focus, but outside of that, TV and social media, do you kind of pay attention to that stuff, or just?
Not at all. The social media is what we try to make it. I always talk about all the other players on defense, but I don't read any of that stuff.
Okay. And also with the college football playoffs, I'm sure you guys are moving up in that, but with just it's just Iowa State, but you guys don't pay attention to that, you just focus on just Saturday?
Just Saturday. That's one thing. I still don't know where we're ranked right now, but I know after this week we want to be 10-0, and that can help even more.
All right, thanks, Tre.
Tre, you guys have been really good at doing what you're talking about, focusing on the next team up. You've seen other teams though, and seen games. Maybe it was Texas, Iowa State, 24-0, and surely you've had to say, what happened there? What is it about you guys that makes you so good at that focus?
Last year can play a role. That plays a role with me. Last year we weren't up to par as much as we wanted to be, and this year it's just can't take anything for granted. We just go out one game at a time.
James Washington, you run into him on the practice field a little bit, I'm sure.
A lot.
What makes him special?
Man, he's just a special player. He comes to work every day, and he has God-given talents, of course, but he works hard every day. Like, he's not one of those type of people, and it's just fun to be around.
I'm sure he played a bunch of sports in high school. You think that contributes to sort of who he is as far as speed, athleticism? He's got great ball skills.
I think it does. I heard he went to like a 1A school or something, so him being all that and having tremendous ball skills, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with it. And I'm going to try to put my kids as much stuff as he plays, so hopefully they come out just as good.
it goes against the grain a little bit.
Yeah.
Because at the bigger schools, they want you to focus on one sport.
Yeah, 1 or 2 sports, and that's all you get to play. But 1A, you get to kick and run it in, so it doesn't matter.
All the wins this year right now are big just because we're undefeated and we have a chance to go, make a special season. And so right now we just have to finish it off. And so every win at this point is a big win for us.
Does James Washington get the award for the guy that people wouldn't assume is a football player when he's walking around in his street clothes?
Yes. He walks around and he looks like he can be an athlete, but like he's kind of a real blue collar guy. He's I think his degree is something with agriculture, and I know he wants to be a farmer.
Well, there you go.
So he just kind of shocks you when he walks up, but when he straps it on, there's not many people like him.
I remember some people said that about Blackman, that when he was out of pads, you were sort of like, that's Justin Blackman, but it seems even, I don't know if it's James's height. I mean, he's not a big, doesn't seem like a big guy, but I guess maybe because he gets vertical so much, it transforms when he's on the field.
Yeah, and I think that, actually I know he's probably, as far as the definition of athlete, he might be the best athlete on our football team, just because he's a black belt, and I know in high school he won a couple state championships in a couple different sports.
Yeah.
And so just to watch him kind of do the things that he does is pretty impressive, because there's not many people can jump and hang and catch a ball like he does, and he's obviously really fast. So.
He probably could have gone and played some doubles tennis after the game on Saturday. He's a tennis guy. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable to just kind of see a guy like that and then kind of have him as a teammate.
I want to ask you one other thing, sort of off the field a little bit. I don't know how much you've been keeping abreast of what's going on in Missouri with the football team boycott, and the president resigns this morning. Just what are your thoughts about a football team that decides to do something like that?
I don't know. I just kind of briefly read a little bit about it. I just right now all we're worried about is Iowa State.
Yeah.
That's not our we're worried about Iowa State, and that's all we're kind of concerned with right now.
I guess the thing I sort of think about is it would be hard to sort of, regardless of the season, but there's an issue big enough to say we're not going to play. I mean, that'd be a big thing. Like if you guys were faced with that, I assume.